Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Friday, July the 25th. The year's 2025. Let's talk trading. Weekly wrap up. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. As always, have your risk management in place, so that way you don't lose more than you're willing to lose on any one single trade or during any one single session. So, we're ending actually the fourth week of trading here in July, and we've got some gaps that did not fill, and it looks like they're on yen pairs. And for the pound, we're right near the weekly open again, within 5 pips of that weekly open. If we look at the day, you can see we are inside the opening range of the week. We're below the opening range of the month. So if you just take a quick look here, you can see here, this looks like a return bar. And yes, we return to the open of that bar. If we zoom out to the month, you can see we're in the lower wick zone. The previous month, big red candle, 294 pips, now 295 below the monthly open, 361 off the high and 63 off the low. And if we take a look here at what's happening for the year, 919 pips above the yearly open, 360 off the high, and 1330 off the low. We had an inside bar 6 days ago, and we crossed back into that inside bar range, and now we're about 6 pips above it. For speaking of range, 96 pips on the pound. And let's see who's leading the pack. The Euro New Zealand dollar is leading the pack with 126 pips. That's interesting. The New Zealand US dollar is only 41. Looking at the buy zone, you can see here we were crisscrossing that daily open during the Asian session. And then, looks like somewhere near the end or in the London session, it broke through and it's been going down. It looks like that weekly open is strong. The past two M30s have crossed below it and crossed back above it. Okay, so it looks like the green rats could be ready to feast here. The range is large enough. Bambino Flex said to go short. Pivot trading plan said near the pivot point was a short. Looks like we did not take out today's pivot. It's calling for a long near S1, but that looks like that did not work out. Then it went and dropped through S2. Once again, daily pivot missed. We took out last week's pivot that was missed. 2 weeks ago, pivot is still coming up as a miss. So we've got a missed pivot in July. Right here. And for the month, we have taken out the pivot. So far this year, only one missed pivot back in March. In and out of that lower wick zone as of late, you can see here. We never hit the upper wick zone. Looking at the ranges, 186 pips of range puts us at the 41 percentile. For the week, 187. That really seems low, especially on the pound, because back in the day it used to have 150 pip range on the day. But things change. High minus previous high, we got 84. We did not break out of the previous low. High minus close, 158. For the red rats, close minus low, 30 right now. The green rats, weekly open crossover traders, high minus open, 169, and open minus low, 18. Simple price action. It looks like indicator 2 was saying just stay short. We did break out of the previous H1 low, only to come back across it. And it looks like there's lots of price action now on these M30 candles. 26, 13, and 19 pips. You can definitely make a living off of ranges like that. And when I first turned on the computer this morning, excuse me, my allergies have been killing me, so my voice sounds different. That's why. You can see here, when I saw it was going up, put in a 3-ball right below the launch pad. Didn't make it. We had a lower or a higher low here. Price broke down. Then we had a lower high. Price crossed above. So it's doing that little ranging. So you can see here we had a range, then we expanded it, and we came back down, tested it. Just looking at the indicator 2 here, just trading in the direction, sticking with it. One of the things I use the multimeter, and so if I'm looking usually at M1 and M5. If they're both green, then I go for a ride. If one's red and one's green, then it's just scalp. Take a pip or two. If there's anything that looks like it's going to stall, then I just get out. One of the things you can note here, a lot of times it'll come back and touch it and then keep going. That's a lot of times you can get out of a trade here and then come back here and jump right back in. And hopefully you pick up a few more pips. And then sometimes you get a scare, but this is why you just let that candle close. Here we have an open above indicator 2. See if it can go up or not. And once again, it really depends on how many pips you're looking to make on a trade. If you're just looking to make a pip or two, you can plink it. But if you're looking for riding for, 5 or 10 pips, then you just really have to have patience. Okay, we did extend the range this month. I think we did that a week or so ago. Look at the range by month. 424. It's not the lowest, and it's not the highest. That's for sure. ATR percent, we're at 91, which isn't bad for the summer. And if you had held since the open of the year, it's all the way down to 7.4. So once again, I remember it was over 10 back in June. Sometimes you just have to be happy, take your money off the table, because it looks like you gave back almost 25% of the profit. Can't be greedy. And let's look at the trade reminder. So I think that's what this is, the trade reminder indicator. Yeah. Okay, we're below the monthly open, that's obvious. Inside the lower wick zone. We exceeded the previous range by 23 pips, and it looks like we've got an outside bar here. We cross below the previous mid, and we cross below the pivot. We have a higher high, lower low. Once again, outside bar. Drop down to the week. Very interesting. We got a higher high, higher low. But you can see the sellers have really pushed price back down. Drop down to the day. Sellers strong control. Lower high, lower low. And the previous day was an outside bar. Price below the lower wick zone, and D1 is turning down. So, fellow traders, that kind of wraps things up for the week. I hope you were profitable this week, and I wish you a fun and safe weekend. And with all the craziness going on in the world, just keep your head on swivel, that's for sure. And when you come back to your trading platform, I want you to always remember and never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.